This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to the 2023 Strategic Planning Interactive session of the Southeast and Caribbean Disaster Resilience Partnership, or SCDRP. So today's meeting is kind of a special edition of our May monthly partnership meeting. My name is Heather McCarthy, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as the Executive Director of this dynamic partnership. So, a warm welcome to all of you joining us today. And today we diverge from our typical monthly partnership meeting format for an engaging strategic planning discussion session. So, today should be fun, it should be interactive, but it's also incredibly important. Your feedback today will be incorporated into the update of our strategic plan, which expires at the end of this year. Your comments and suggestions will guide the future operations and outcomes of the Southeast and Caribbean Disaster Resilience Partnership for the next 3 years. So we don't do this every year, only every 3 years. So today is very important. During the next 55 minutes, we will go through welcome and SCDRP updates. And before we can talk about refreshing and revising our strategic plan, a review of our current objectives and key strategies is in order. Then we will talk briefly about the goals of our strategic plan refresh. And I will run through our target dates on our strategic planning timeline. And then the bulk of our meeting today will be interactive questions where you supply feedback via Poll Everywhere software on your cell phone or computer. And then finally, we will wrap up today with partner sharing of resources and announcements. First, we have a staff update. Josephine Justin, wave Josephine, who has served as our program coordinator for a year, will be leaving us on May 31st. Josephine graduated 2 weeks ago, and we say congratulations to her. Josephine earned her master's degree in City, Urban, Community, and Regional Planning from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And concurrently, she earned her Natural Hazards Resilience Certificate. Josephine, would you like to say a few words about your next steps or the kind of job you're targeting?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Heather. I just wanted to take a moment to share how grateful I am to have served as SCDRP's program coordinator for the past year. It's been a real pleasure getting to work alongside such talented and passionate individuals and organizations. And I'd also like to take a moment to express my gratitude to Heather, Lindy, SCDRP's advisory board, and also Sikora. Your guidance and support and collaboration have been so invaluable to me, and I'm really grateful that we had the opportunity to work together and for the impact that we made. And like Heather was saying, I recently graduated from UNC Chapel Hill's Masters of City and Regional Planning program, and I will be continuing to work in the disaster and climate resilience space. I know that the experiences and the knowledge that I've gained during my time at SCDRP will definitely shape those future endeavors. And I'm grateful for the opportunities that the partnership has provided. It's been a pleasure getting to meet you all either in person during our Miami annual meeting and through our monthly partnership calls. And I've really enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you. And I have full confidence in the future of SCDRP success under Heather's leadership. And I'm looking forward to seeing the strides we'll be making in building resilience and preparedness within our region. And I definitely do still look forward to continue being involved in the work we're doing and supporting the important work in any way I can. And it's been a real honor and privilege, and I look forward to seeing what's in store for SCDRP's future. Thank you all.
Oh, thank you, Josephine, for your service to SCDRP. You've been an absolute pleasure to work with and an incredible asset to SCDRP. And We're going to miss you. We wish you all the best with what comes next. And partners, please know that over the next few months, the SCDRP Advisory Board will be investing in personnel for the upcoming year and also investigating options for expanding our staff capacity. So SCDRP's strategic plan was developed through a lengthy strategic planning process, and it was enacted in January 2021. The title of our plan is Strategic Initiatives for Expanding the Partnership, Reach, Impact, Membership, and Sustainability. So our strategic plan has been in force for 3 years now, and it expires at the end of 2023. Thus, it is time for an update. If you would like to read our current strategic plan in its entirety, it can be found on our website under the Resources tab. Now let's review the highlights of our strategic plan. As stated, currently SCDRP's vision is communities in the U.S. Southeast and Caribbean will be more resilient to climate change, natural hazards, and disasters, lessening the intensity and duration of the disruption to society. Our current mission statement is SCDRP seeks to strengthen community resilience and support rapid disaster recovery from storms and disasters by serving as the primary network for professionals in emergency management, climate adaptation, and disaster recovery in the U.S. Southeast and Caribbean territories. So here are the 3 objectives as listed in our expiring strategic plan. Objective 1, serve as the primary regional forum for dialogue, networking, and coordination in disaster resilience and recovery among federal, state, municipal, NGO, and private industry sectors operating in the Southeast and Caribbean. Objective 2, build capacity through increasing the development, sharing, and use of best practices to enhance community resilience. And objective 3, cultivate the resources and build the operational capacity to implement our mission and ensure our vision is achieved and sustained. So let's go through each of these. So now we get kind of to the how, like how we actually achieve those objectives. So first, how do we become the primary regional forum for disaster resilience and recovery? The objective 1 key objectives kind of outline the ways to increase and enhance dialogue, networking, and coordination between disaster resilience and recovery professionals working in the Southeast US and Caribbean. So if you read carefully, these strategies kind of focus on increasing the number and diversity of SCDRP members, organizing that large in-person annual meeting that we do every year, encouraging partner connections and collaborations, and the sharing pertinent resources and information. The key strategies associated with Objective 2 of the strategic plan kind of focus on how do we build capacity to enhance community resilience. So this is a phrase we kind of throw around a lot, build capacity, but what does it actually mean? So we are a very diverse group. So I'd like to step back and talk about what is capacity building, and then we'll talk about how we work towards this. So according to the United Nations, capacity building is defined as the process of developing and strengthening the skills, instincts, abilities, processes, and resources that organizations and communities need to survive, adapt, and thrive in a fast-changing world. So the United Nations describes building capacity as kind of a transformation. It's not just about building skills and performing tasks, but building capacity really includes changing mindsets and attitudes. And in many areas of the world, eyes turn to universities to serve as those centers of capacity building through research, innovation, data collection and analysis. So capacity building is a tall order. It's generated and sustained over time, and it comes from within. So our current key strategies focus on, for this portion, focus on facilitating sharing and coordination between members, providing resources and educational opportunities, including building an online repository of information. All right, so that's the capacity building objective. Um, let's move on to objective 2, remember, is more outwardly focused. It's on our communities and on our region as a whole. Now, objective 3 is kind of more inwardly focused. This one's really about SCDRP. Like, how can SCDRP ensure that its mission and vision are achieved and sustained? So objective 3 focuses on our organizational structure, operational pieces that are needed for SCDRP to continue to be the primary network for professionals in emergency management, climate adaptation, and disaster recovery in our region, the U.S. Southeast and Caribbean territories. Our current key strategies include, if you read them carefully, recruiting and cultivating new members and funding sources to grow the partnership. So new members, new funding sources, the operational aspects. Okay, so now that you've been refreshed on the elements of the expiring SCDRP strategic plan, let's talk about where we go from here. All right, first, here are our overarching goals of our strategic plan refresh. We would like to update the mission as needed. We would like to evolve our vision into a 3-year vision to make it more actionable. Consider adding core values, and we need to ground truth our current objectives and key strategies to obtain those objectives. Additionally, we would like to streamline and update the language into a more distributable and digestible strategic plan that's no more than 5 pages long. And then to accompany the full strategic plan, we'd like to produce a visually appealing kind of 1-page executive summary. So as a template for the 1-pager, you can see here the strategic plan summary produced by Socorro, our parent organization. So this is kind of what we're striving for. Now, the months of May and June are dedicated to gathering feedback, comments, and suggestions. The SCDRP Advisory Board has already completed the full strategic planning survey, and then feedback from today's interactive session is being recorded and processed, and the full strategic planning survey will be emailed to you and all other 550 SCDRP participants and members immediately after this session today. So please look for it in your inbox. And then we ask you to complete the full survey before June 9th. At that time, and remember, because some of these questions really require contemplation, we ask that you fill out the full strategic planning survey, even if you participated today. The results of today's polls and the results of the full survey will be reviewed and considered both separately and together. And then between June 9th and June 29th, we will be incorporating your comments and suggestions into the new 3-year strategic plan. And this draft will be presented to the advisory board on June 29th. The advisory board will review the draft, make edits during July, and we hope to present the full 2024 to 2026 strategic plan by August or September. And the updated 3-year strategic plan will go into effect next year, so January 2024. Okay, so let's get started on the interactive portion of today's meeting. So here is how you access the Poll Everywhere. Please enter the link pollev.com into your phone or your laptop internet browser, or scan the QR code with your camera. Also, please use the chat box if you have any questions as we go through. Our program coordinator, Josephine, she is the master of Poll Everywhere, and she will do her best to respond to your questions and needs. So first, Poll Everywhere is going to ask for your name. And once you enter your name, then the instructions and the survey questions will appear. Okay, Josephine has put the quick link in the chat box if you want to just click on it. I appreciate those of you who have your cameras on because then I can see how you're doing. So thank you. Looks like everybody's doing okay. Any questions? All right. Okay. It looks like the number of participants is still going up. We're up to 27. 28 of you have signed in. So it looks like we have about 28 of you participating today. So for each of the questions that is coming, I have a timer and I will provide you with 30 seconds to answer. And I think that should be plenty of time. Your response, as you can see, will appear live on my screen. And then when I move on to the next question, Poll Everywhere automatically moves you on too. So unfortunately, you can't linger on a question longer than me. And likewise, you can't go backwards to a previous question. So first question, easy one. Where are you joining us from today? So this is so fun. You can see that we are all over the Southeast. Hey, Volano Beach, you're not far from me. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. I know we had some folks from the Caribbean here too. Where are you? Coastal Studies. Welcome, Martin County. My oldest daughter was born in Stuart, Florida. Fantastic. Boca Raton, great. So nice to see all of you. I see you're still joining. We're up to 37 participants now. North Carolina is well represented today. Welcome, San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we have folks as far as New Jersey. That's fantastic. And that is a good point. We have members of SCDRP who may live or reside in other areas, but they work in the Southeast or Caribbean, and they have collaborations and projects in the Southeast and Caribbean. Nassau County, you're not far from me either. Welcome. Gulf of Mexico is represented today. Welcome, those of you from Alabama. Another Nassau County, Florida. All right, we're up to 37. The responses have slowed, so maybe all of you have gotten signed in. If you have any trouble signing in, for those of you just arrived, we're doing an interactive poll. The link to access the interactive poll is in the chat box. Please click on that, sign in. Okay, great job, everybody. Great job. Next question. Which industry or professional sector do you work in? State territory government, well represented today. Thank you all for joining us. That was our smallest sector in attendance at our annual meeting in Miami, so I'm really happy to see you all here. Nonprofits, NGOs, well represented today. Thank you so much for joining us. And then we also have group from federal government, local government, academia. Yep. And of course, we have members from our private sector and a couple students. So welcome. Okay. Let's see. Now we get into the elements of the mission statement, and it looks like this one's not activated. Let's see. Maybe Josephine, you can help me out on that one. I want to make sure we've got all of the questions activated.
Maybe try going back a slide and then coming back to this one, or going forward and coming back.
Oh, okay, maybe I was faster than the software. Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay, I need to slow down and let the software catch up. All right, we're going to move on to mission and vision. First up, which elements of the mission statement still apply? Let's review. Our current mission statement is to SCDRP seeks to strengthen community resilience and support rapid disaster recovery from storms and other natural disasters by serving as the primary network for professionals in emergency management, climate adaptation, and disaster recovery in the U.S. Southeast and Caribbean territories. Okay, so this is your ranking of which ones still fit the mission of the organization. Overall, you believe our mission is to seek to strengthen community resilience. Secondly, serve as the primary network. And then third, support rapid disaster recovery. Okay, very good. This is excellent feedback. I appreciate so much your perceptions and your perspectives on where we stand today. Okay. Looks like everyone's finished responding. Okay, so are there elements of the mission statement missing? Again, let's go back to the mission statement. So our current mission statement is here. What else should SCDRP focus its mission on? What are we missing? Please type in your answers. 30 seconds. You will notice that you can, if you agree with someone else, you can thumbs up. You can thumbs down other people's responses. So if this helps you, if this helps us as a group focus on particular aspects, use those thumbs up and thumbs down buttons. Fantastic. We've got some agreement happening here. We've got some consensus on a few elements that we need to add to our mission statement, namely equity, adding a bit more about knowledge exchange and connecting partners, which is what we do, a focus on socially vulnerable community members, equitable disaster response, recovery, and resilience, community engagement, all very important These are great comments. Thank you so much. Wow, look at all of these. Great. Okay. All right. I think all of you have responded. Okay, next question addresses how to revise our vision. As written, our previous vision is broad and elusive. So we aim to develop a 3-year vision that is more actionable. What would be an insightful, measurable, and actionable 3-year vision for SCDRP? 30 seconds. All right, all great suggestions. We have some work to do on our 3-year vision as well. Thank you so much for this feedback. A few more. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Okay, so this is something new. You can't, oops. Yeah, this is something new. SCDRP has never had core values stated before. A core value is defined as something we as an organization believe in. So here are some suggestions for core values, and you may need to scroll down on your phone to be able to see all of them. So the question is, from your perspective, please rank these core values that you feel apply to SCDRP. Number 1 being the most important. And as you look at these, you're going to have a chance to address if we miss something. So these are just a sampling of potential core values. Maybe there's something else that you think we need. That's coming up next. Everyone had a chance? Still coming in. A few more seconds. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Okay, so did we miss an essential core value of SCDRP? Is there something else that we would like to explicitly state that we believe in? Is there something else that drives us? Something else that should guide our operations and activities? Another core value that we should focus on in the future? Data sharing, addressing missing gaps, data and resource repository, nature-based solutions when possible. Hmm. Thank you. Thank you for your thoughtful responses on this. Um, yeah, these take a bit of time, a bit of contemplation. And again, this is why we will be disseminating the survey afterwards. You may have thoughts that come to you after we finish today. These are great. These are great. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the objectives and key strategies that are listed in our current strategic plan. So you will answer 5 questions regarding each of the 3 main objectives. So let's start with objective 1. Is objective 1 still applicable? So remember, if you answer no to these questions, you will have an opportunity to make suggestions and offer modifications to objective 1 later. I think most of you would agree objective 1 is still applicable. Excellent, very good. Okay, do you think this objective needs modification or updating? Again, let's go back, take a look at objective 1. Do you think this objective needs modification or updating? Circling back to knowledge exchange, very good. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit, folks, so that we can get through all the questions today. And some of these more thoughtful questions, please hold on to in your mind. And then when the full survey comes into your inbox, you'll be able to type more. You'll have time to type more out. I recognize some of these questions are tough. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's rank. These are the key strategies to achieve objective 1. So please rank these strategies in the order most important to you. Number 1 being most important. Okay, fantastic. I know it's tough to rank, isn't it? You got to figure out what you think is most important. All right, this is interesting. Okay, thanks, guys. All right, so this is where we get into a little bit of the nitty gritty of strategic planning, and it's the how. How do we become the primary regional network? So let's review these key strategies again. All right, so take a look at these key strategies under the objective. Which ones need to be removed, need to be modified? What are we missing? Do we need another approach in our efforts to become the primary regional forum? Hmm. Okay, fantastic. Okay, next we're going to move through the 5 questions that pertain to objective 2 and the key strategies to obtain that objective. Okay, so is objective 2 still applicable? Yes or no? Most of you agree. Objective 2 is still applicable. This is the building capacity objective. Okay, fantastic. All right, now how would you revise objective 2? And I'll bring up objective 2 again. So this is the capacity building. This one focuses on building capacity. How would you change this objective? Would you change this objective? If so, how? Ah, bringing back the addition of equity. Great. 2 more seconds. Okay, so here's the key strategies that we had cited. Please rank them in order of importance to our capacity building goal. So remember, number 1 is the most important strategy. Mhm. Okay, all right, fantastic. 2 more seconds. Okay, now let's examine closely how we strive to build capacity locally and regionally. Let's take a look again at the key strategies. Which key strategies need to be added, removed, or changed? Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, decreased emphasis on clearinghouse. Standardized guidance. Ah, okay. Yep, yep. This is good. This is good, guys. Okay. All right, this is very important information to guide me as we proceed in the next few years. Thank you for this. You guys are doing great with the thumbs up, thumbs down. I think that's very helpful. Okay. All right, fantastic. I'll go ahead and move on. I think most of you have entered. All right, so here's our final objective. Objective 3. This was the one that aims to build and sustain SCDRP to achieve its mission. Is Objective 3 still applicable? Please respond yes or no. Okay, your results are still coming in. Okay, we agree it is still applicable. All right, let's talk about it in detail. Do you think it requires modification? So let's take a look at our operational objective one more time. Here is Objective 3. Objective 3 reads, cultivate the resources and build the operational capacity to implement our mission and ensure our vision is achieved and sustained. What revisions would you recommend? Please type them into your phone or computer. Oh, we got a looks good. Yeah, this is one of those objectives that needs to exist. And how is it measured? We need metrics. Okay, I agree. Good point. Yeah, yep. All right, 2 more seconds and then we're going to rank the strategies to get there. All right, operationally and programmatically, how should SCDRP work? Please rank these key strategies in their order of importance. As always, number 1 is most important. Okay, results are still coming in, but very, very consistent. Okay, this is helpful. Okay. A few more of you. All right. Okay, so let's review the key strategies to achieve our operational objective. Here they are. What key strategies would you add? Would you remove one of these? And do you think one of these key strategies needs some modification? Yes. Yeah, that's good. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to move on. 2 more seconds. Good. These are all very constructive. Thank you. Okay. Thanks so much for your feedback so far. We have 3 more, but more general and important questions for you. So we're going to circle back around. We're going to take a big step backwards and we're going to look at the big picture here. All right. We have those stated 3 main objectives for SCDRP. Here they are. Are we missing an objective? Is there something else that SCDRP should be doing to better serve you, to better serve our communities, to better serve our region? So let's please take 30 seconds to think about this and type in your thoughts. It's tough. Mm, yeah. Mm, mm. All right, very good. All right, please keep thinking on this. And when you receive the full survey, if you have any more to add, please do. Okay, so here's a very important strategic question. And you may need to scroll down on your phone to see all of the possible answers. So currently, the geographic boundaries of SCDRP are the U.S. states of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, the entire states, and the entire U.S. Caribbean territories of Puerto Rico and U.S. Virgin Islands. So over the past year, we have made special efforts to include partners from the wider international Caribbean. What do you think should be the geographic scope of SCDRP's efforts? So please choose the statement that best describes your preferences for SCDRP's footprint. And in the next slide, you will have an opportunity to comment on your preference. Okay, this guidance is critical. Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's take 30 seconds to type out maybe why you answered the way you did regarding the geographic extent of the SCDRP network. And this is very important to guide the future of our partnership. It's okay. It's okay if you don't have anything more to say on this. If you do, remember, I am always reachable. And we have a general email that is scdrp@socorro.org, and that goes to all of us. So please use that at any time if you have more thoughts. This is one more chance, one more chance. What else do you want us, SCDRP staff and advisory board, to know? Um, Thoughts on what we do, thoughts on how we operate, dreams for the future. Yeah, I hear you. We're running out of time. All right, let's continue to think about that. And please know that you can always, always reach us. Okay, that's good. 2 more seconds. All right, fantastic. Anybody else? I'm going to skip through questions and answers, and I have to skip through partner sharing. But remember, we have, please email us any announcements, funding opportunities, job opportunities to scdrp@socorro.org. I want you to know we have an exciting speaker for next month. Our next meeting is June 22nd. We will return to our regular format with a guest speaker. We are very excited to have Tasha Allen, the Southeast and Caribbean Learning Services Coordinator for the NOAA Office for Coastal Management, speak to us. She'll be providing an exceptional educational opportunity to us on the Digital Coast, and she's going to specifically cater it to the needs of SCDRP members. And here is the title of her presentation, Diving into the Digital Coast, Data, Tools, and Resources for Resilience, Inundation, and Recovery. So this concludes our May Strategic Planning Interactive session. Please email us if you'd like to share an announcement in our next newsletter. And a special thank you for joining us today, providing your feedback and your continued contributions to the Southeast and Caribbean Disaster Resilience Partnership. So please take a look. Please look out for the full strategic planning survey in your inbox. And we look forward to your further comments there. And we look forward to seeing all of you again on June 2nd. Thanks again and have a great day.